My dear brothers and sisters, the question posed by the person who approached Jesus, as we heard in our gospel this Sunday, is an interesting question. The person asks, Lord, will only a few people be saved? Konti lang ba ang maliligtas? And Jesus did not directly answer the question. Hindi sinabi ni Hesus, oo, konti lang ang maliligtas. O hindi rin naman niya sinabing, naku hindi, marami ang maliligtas. Jesus simply said, strive to enter through the narrow gate. By saying this, Jesus is telling this person and all of us that salvation is not a matter of how many. Salvation is a matter of how. Hindi na mahalaga kung marami o konti ang maliligtas. Ang mahalagang itanong, paano ba maligtas? Our concern should not be the number of those who will be saved. Our primary concern is how to be saved, how to enter heaven. And that is the question that we ask the Lord today. How could we achieve salvation? How will we be able to enter God's kingdom? Paano ba tayo maliligtas? Some think of salvation in terms of proximity. If I am close to Jesus, then I am sure to be saved. Proximity. Kapag malapit ka kay Hesus, maliligtas ka. Yan ang pag-iisip ng karamihan. Kaya kapag madalas kang magdasal, araw-araw kang magsimba, nagnunubena ka at nagro-rosaryo, maghapon kang laman ng adoration chapel o ng simbahan, iniisip natin, because I am close to Jesus, then I will be saved. Like the people in the parable of Jesus in the gospel, they said to Jesus, they said to the Master, we ate and drank in your company, and you taught in our streets. Nagkainan pa nga tayong magkakasama. Uminom pa tayong magkakasama. Nagturo ka sa aming lugar. Close tayo. Kaya dapat maligtas kami. Walang pinagkaiba yan sa ugali ng marami sa atin. Na kapag humihingi ng pabor, may pinapakiusap, humahanap ng koneksyon, nagpapalakas. Sasabihin natin, hindi ba close tayo? Magkaibigan tayo. Kaya dapat kung ano yung hingin ko, ibigay mo. Close ako sa magulang mo. Kaibigan ko yung tatay mo. Kaya dapat kung ano yung hingin ko, ibigay mo. Naghahanap ng koneksyon, palakasan, pampadulas sa hinihingi nating pabor. But is salvation about proximity alone? No? Magka-friends nga tayo sa Facebook eh. Kaya dapat pagbibigyan mo ako. Today, my dear brothers and sisters, Jesus tells us proximity is not enough. What was the answer of the Master to those who told him, "We ate and drank in your company. You even taught in our streets. You must open the door for us." And the master of the house will say, "I do not know you. Hindi ko kayo kilala." This teaches us that proximity to Jesus is not enough for salvation. Ang kaligtasan ay hindi palakasan o paghahanap ng koneksyon. What is important is conformity to Jesus. Yung ating pagiging malapit kay Hesus ay dapat magbunga sa ating pagiging kamukha ni Hesus. Yung ating pagiging malapit kay Hesus ay dapat magkaroon ng epekto na yung turo, yung aral, yung halimbawa ni Hesus ay matutunan natin at tayo'y maging katulad ni Hesus. Because proximity does not always end up in conformity. Pwedeng close, pero hindi naman magkabuka. Pwedeng close, pero magkaiba ng isip, magkaiba ng ugali, magkaiba ng paniniwala. Proximity to Jesus, hopefully, must lead to our conformity to Him. Yung ating pagiging malapit kay Jesus ay tumutulong sa atin para maging kamukha si Jesus. I remember Cardinal Gaudencio Rosales would always explain this conformity to Jesus, configuration to Jesus, by using His hands. Sabi niya, hindi lamang proximity, hindi lamang closeness. Ito close. Ito close. Pero hindi yan ang hinihingi sa atin bilang mga tagasunod kay Jesus. What is conformity to Jesus? It is this: that you can no longer distinguish Jesus from myself. Kahit saan mo tingnan, iisa na yan. Si Jesus ay nasa akin at sa buhay ko nakikita na si Jesus. That is conformity. But we have to admit, my dear brothers and sisters, that conformity to Jesus is not easy. Mahirap maging katulad si Jesus. It takes a lot of discipline, a lot of formation on our part. That is why our second reading today beautifully talks about the importance of discipline. Sabi sa ating ikalawang pagbasa, do not disdain the discipline of the Lord. Do not lose heart when reproved by the Lord. For whom the Lord loves, He disciplines. He scourges every son He acknowledges. And so endure your trials as discipline. God treats you as sons. For what son is there whom his father does not discipline? Sa oras ng pagdidisiplina, hindi naman tayo masaya. Ang pagdidisiplina, palaging may kahalong sakit at hirap. Pero sabi sa ating ikalawang pagbasa, huwag masiraan ng loob kung dumaranas tayo ng pagdidisiplina mula sa Panginoon. Dahil ibig sabihin nun, tinuturing tayo ng Diyos na kanyang mga anak. Sino bang magulang na nagmamahal sa kanyang anak ang hindi magdidisiplina sa kanyang anak? At para saan yung pagdidisiplina? Para lang ba saktan yung anak? Para lamang ba mahirapan yung anak? Yung pagdidisiplina ay para hubugin yung kanyang anak para maging mabuting tao. When we experience the discipline of God, when we experience the difficulties and the pains brought about by the discipline of God, just remember, my dear brothers and sisters, that God, who is our Father, is forming us so that we may be like Jesus. Yung pagdidisiplina ng Diyos ay paghuhubog niya sa atin para tayo maging kamukha ng kanyang anak na si Hesus. My dear brothers and sisters, it is God's desire to save all His creation. And this is the assurance that we heard from our first reading today. God wants to save all of us. God wants to bring all of us to heaven. But we have to do our part. We have to discipline ourselves so that we may become like Jesus. And when we have become like Jesus, when we think like Jesus, when we speak like Jesus, when we act like Jesus, when we relate to each other like Jesus, when our lifestyle is like the lifestyle of Jesus, when our principles and beliefs are similar to the principles and beliefs of Jesus, when we love like Jesus, when we become like Jesus, then it will be very easy for us to enter the narrow door to God's kingdom.